Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of BeamNG Drive. Today, I'm actually going to do a video that has kind of been long overdue, honestly. But I'm going to add a little bit more to it, actually. This might be a little bit of a longer video than what mine usually are. Probably not a good thing. But in today's video, I kind of wanted to go over a few things about modding BeamNG, getting the mods that I do use, that I use on a daily basis. I wouldn't recommend going to any sites like Modland mods or whatever unless you want to turn your computer into a paperweight. 99% of the time anyway, those mods are half-baked. They're not going to crash as well. They're going to be sharp edges. It's just not going to look pretty. Yeah, so you want to get a McLaren. Yeah, it's just use this. You know what I'm saying? Like, Modland mods are just no good for nobody. They could have viruses attached to the mods. They could just mess up your entire computer. So I get every single mod that I use comes from either the built-in mods that is on BeamNG Drive itself or through the forum beamng.com. To find the mods that I use, usually when you come on here, all this is highlighted. So it's just a plethora of everything. It's all right here. I usually don't do air. I don't really care much for props. They can have a use. Boats, I'm not really using a boat. Configurations I usually leave open along with land. Scenarios, don't do much of those. Unless you're particularly looking for a certain kind of map, I don't use that. User interface things, except for what I have on screen on my usual videos, I don't use anything in particular. Sounds, don't care for. License plates, unless you want a specific license plate for your area, I don't use that. And then I also usually take off skins. So usually land, configuration, and mods. And then I just go through the pages down here to find, what looks interesting and what catches my eye. Let's see. See if we can find something here. Let's see. Let's say the pigeon. The fastest pigeon ever, now with air brakes. So you can either click on this little plus to subscribe to the mod, which will automatically put it in your vehicles folder. Or if you want more information about the mod, click onto the mod itself. It brings up this whole page. Depending on what the author of the mod puts on this page, will give you a little bit about, what it is: the wide body kit, simulated aerodynamics, custom suspension, custom engine intake, turbo system, 1-street config, 4-track configs. So you can scroll down, see if you like the mod, and kind of get a preview of it, and then say you do like it, just click over here on subscribe. It'll download the mod, the game will reset, then you can go back over here to vehicles, go down to the pigeon right here, and then there it is. And it's as simple as take that, spawn new, Give it a second to load. And now you have the mod inside your game. And you can do whatever you want to with it. It's very interesting sounds. Tires are a little bit wobbly. But that's how like I get all of my mods. You click on mods, you go to respiratory, cipher through what you want. There's this other tab called automation. I don't really care for automation vehicles for the simple fact that they don't crash well. They don't really have very detailed mechanics about them. I haven't really found any automation mods that I would prefer to have in my own game. That's just personal preference. That's not a jive at anybody that makes automation. Stuff takes a lot of time. I understand. I fully do. But it's just personal preference for me. I usually stick with respiratory. These mods are usually pretty on point with the developers. Mod manager is all the mods that you have downloaded to your game. Like this is all the ones that I have. Just scroll down. So if you wanted to look any of these up for yourself because you're curious of what I use, it's all right here. I do usually sometimes go back through here and delete the ones that I don't use anymore just to make sure I don't have stuff sitting in the background that I'm not truly interested in. Now back to when it comes to customizing a vehicle, if anybody is interested, you can hit escape on your keyboard, brings up this wheel plus this menu across the top. You can click on vehicle config, vehicle configuration for short. Then it brings up this little drop down menu. You get parts, tuning, color, save, load, debug. Under save load, all of these are pre-made configurations. I guess it's just, I'm not too sure where these come from. I'll be straight up honest with you. But you can click on load on any of these. We'll load the V8. So now we have a V8 version. Load the Derby version. Load the drag version. V8 4-wheel drive. So yeah. Now I'm gonna go back to parts because I want to change things up. Under paint design, you got police, camo, custom two-tone, fire chief, old paint, colorable, and sheriff livery. Go with the custom two-tone. And it's gonna split up your top's gonna be a different color than what your side's gonna be all the way around the vehicle. I guess we'll go with the two-tone. Now, not everybody's gonna have this, but my particular game, like I can add additional modifications just because of one of the mods that I have. So if I wanted to use mods from, let's see, go back to mods. Let's see. Full size series. Is that it, or am I missing something? anyway, that mod allows me to add the old full-size parts, wheels, motors to the vanilla cars in BeamNG. So we'll go back over here. I'm not going to mess with that, usually don't. Glass tint, that is a mod that I also have downloaded. Instead of all of the glass being clear, you can go with black glass tint, colorable glass tint, or just regular plain glass tint. I usually go with black. Well, you see it doesn't change anything on the vehicle itself. So you click on this little plus icon, brings down this other menu. Then you can go to, let's see, this vehicle might be messed up since I kind of mess with things a little bit. Okay. Give me just a second, I'll get right back with you. Okay, so now that we're back, I'm gonna go with back to custom two-tone, and now that we've dropped down this menu here, we can go down to body, and we can go to windshield. We can click on windshield tinted, which will pretty much black out the window up front. We'll just go back to basics on that. We go and click on the little icon for the left door. See the glass. We can tint that. Now that's tinted. Same with the right door. You can tint it on the glass. Left rear. You can see all that's been tinted up. And let's see. Tint the glass there. And I'm not sure where the quarter-pound glass is. Let's see. Oh, there we go. And tint that. And tint that. So now all the glass is tinted around the vehicle, except for the windshield. Yeah, you can tint the windshield too, unless you want to just be realistic. So all of it's been tinted. So now we're actually going to go with trying to customize this thing to be an off-road style vehicle. So let's see. For the hood, let's see what this one looks like. Sure, we'll roll with it. See what it says. Now for the Defender lettering, I like to get rid of that. Just makes it look cleaner, in my opinion. Gets rid of the little badge. Just personal preference there again. Roll cage. Probably gonna need a roll cage because we're gonna be off-roading. You can see that roll cage in there. Roof rack. Probably not gonna need that. Make it look a lot cleaner up top. Let's see. So we can go with the black trim. It's gonna be all the way around, or we can go with trim body colored, or we can take it off. I think it looks better with it off. Gives it a cleaner look. Now we'll leave the interior black, or I'm not too concerned with the doors. Don't really need anything on those. So let's see. Inner fender, signal. Can't change anything on that. See what we got on the dashboard. Don't need a police console. Don't need a radar. Automatic shifter to shore. Electronic long range selector, manual long range selector. Probably do manual. Tailgate. We want to take this lettering off this tailgate. It's be empty. Cleans that up. There's the front bumper. We can do empty, bull bar, black chrome, facelift, front bash bumper, front guard. All these options. Let's just see what this looks like. Yeah, I don't like that. Definitely don't like that. No. That would keep the bumper on the vehicle, it wouldn't be so bad. Front bash bumper. Jesus. Love it. I gotta find the bumper again. It does that sometimes. Just does whatever it wants to and throws stuff everywhere. Let's see. Okay. So we're gonna get rid of the spare tire. Side pipes clearance, forward extended muffler. I'm just gonna leave the muffler like it is. We're gonna leave it diesel. And we're gonna go with the engine. Let's see. I think we're gonna go with a 6.9. We're not gonna add nitrous. We're gonna go with stock 6.9 ECU. Probably go with stage 2 performance block. We'll leave that. Well, we'll go ahead and change it to ultra heavy duty. Stock pan. When you're adding more power to a particular vehicle, if you leave the stock oil pan stock, then you're most likely going to overheat. So I usually always change it to like a race oil pan. Intake type. We can go ahead and throw a turbocharged on there. Let's see. Let's see what a stage 2 sounds like. Sounds pretty good. Diesel 6-speed automatic on the transmission. Diesel torque converter. 4-wheel drive transfer case. That's what we want. Let's see. So for the front suspension, we're gonna go with off-road independent front suspension. Off-road. Off-road. I'm gonna go with the locking front differential. We would have locked the front tires in. This is all fine. Let's see if we can get some bigger tires on this thing. Fill that gap in a little bit better. Do some off-road front disc brakes. Sure, that's interesting, I suppose. Let's see. See what a 35 looks like. Technically should be fine, but that technically also clips. We want to stay away from clipping. So we'll drop it back down to 33s. Make sure we got plenty of clearance. Let's see. I think that's all we need on that. I'm gonna go with the rear suspension. Do a heavy duty live axle. See if this brings up the back end a little bit. Might bring it too much. That's gonna be bouncy. And you don't have any give in the suspension, so that won't work. See the difference there? You actually get a give in the suspension instead of it just being up here and can't move. So I think that's the setup we're going to go with on that. Our rear differential is already a locking differential. That's 3551. It's the same as the front. Now we're going to go with some big tires. Got that. With this one, 17x9. There we go. And the tow hitch we're going to leave on. Body we're not going to mess with again. Front bumper. We're actually going to get rid of the license plate on the front bumper. Just to clean that up a little bit. Rear bumper. Since it's an off-road vehicle, we'll probably take away the license plate on that. Radiator is another thing that you want to upgrade. You really don't want to leave it stock. So I would do the ultra high performance radiator just to keep any overheating issues at bay. You know, don't want that. This don't need none of that. So that's pretty much the basics of, you know, customizing a vehicle. You can go to color. We'll do like jet black with red on top. We'll dial down the color a little bit. That way it doesn't just blow out the screen. That's gonna be your roll bar on the inside. You can have it to be whatever color you want. I think we'll just go with being like a charcoal black. And tuning. Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of smoke coming out of a diesel. Gonna ramp up the power to 1.1 on the engine. That should give us a little bit of extra power. And almost smoke. So then once you're done here and you have the vehicle the way that you want it, you can go over here to save load. Save it as off-road SUV. And you can click on save. The screen will flash black and then it'll come back eventually. Okay. There we go. So then now that you have your vehicle saved, you can go into vehicles. And this is a new thing and I actually like this. It's a really nice feature nowadays. Which you can go back down to wherever the heck it is. Go here. And your saved vehicle will be like right here. Very top of your list. You can click on it. And it'll bring it up. Load the vehicle again. Now, the old way to getting your vehicle, I'll go ahead and show you. You'd have to say, load up one, go with this one. Click on escape, go over to vehicle config, save load, load the one that you saved, and then you can get the vehicle. But that's pretty much how you do it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'll try to answer them the best I can. Like I said, this video is kind of long overdue anyhow. I didn't mean for it to take this long to do it. I don't know what the heck that is. Guess those doors don't open. There's our beautiful engine. Lock everything in. Crash it immediately. I think we got stuck in a rut. Tow hitch seems to be a problem getting stuck on things. Wouldn't be a BeamNG video without a crash, would it? Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next one.